Alrighty, so I'm changing the fuel pump in Black Betty here, and so basically I lost the footage. I guess I didn't hit record right or something, so I'm using my phone. But as you can see, we got a full tank of gas when this happened, but fuel pump went out. So basically, let me just sum it up what happened here. So basically, there's a plug right here, about there, that this attaches on, this piece here. You just push this little push tab right there up and it'll come right off. And then this tab here, you squeeze the two ends on that, two ends of the red piece and push out, and that should release this lock, this red piece lock back. And then you just pull it off the hose, and be careful because it is pressurized, so let the fuel come out a little bit. And then you just take a screwdriver and hammer, and hammer the fuel tank locking ring to counterclockwise, and it'll come right off. And then be careful. With me, I had a full tank, but you might be different. But be careful because it'll be full of fuel, the fuel pump. So let it drain a little bit. Make sure you don't get any dirt in there. Which, as you can see, if this phone will focus, it shows that it looks like there's dirt in there, but those are just something on the tank. But there is no dirt in there. So clean fuel. And I put a bucket here so it'll drain into, so it doesn't leak all over the back seat of the car. Smell like gas. So let me just set this outside the car like so. See, minimal mess. I spilled just a little bit right here, which isn't much, but you don't want this to get in your carpet and stain your carpet or smell like fuel forever. So let me go get the other fuel pump and show you how to put that in. Alrighty, so here is the new fuel pump compared to the old fuel pump. And see, it's really dirty, but that's just from sitting. So we'll put the little fuel foot on for the fuel gauge to see how much fuel you got, and then put it back in the car. And also, one thing I forgot to mention, make sure they give you a seal, or you buy a seal, because you don't want to reuse the old one. Also, one more thing that you may not know, if you have a V6 model, make sure they give you, if it depends on what vehicle you have, if you just have the V6, not the V6 all-wheel drive, the all-wheel drive will have another plug on the fuel pump. The normal V6s, just a plain V6, no all-wheel drive, doesn't have that plug. So that's something crucial when you buy, or when you go to buy the fuel pump. Just make sure that they give you the correct fuel pump, because if you get a V6 one for a V6 all-wheel drive, it won't work. And the same thing with the all-wheel drive fuel pump if you have only a front-wheel drive V6. So make sure you get the right one. And also, make sure you remove these protective caps. I got this one from O'Reilly's. It's Precision. It says it has a lifetime warranty, so that's what I want. So if it ever goes bad, I can go back to them and say, hey, you sold me a lifetime warranty fuel pump. I want my money back. So you can see there's like a little cover here, and then the new one doesn't have a cover, but I think that's okay. Still says it'll work, and everything I looked at says it'll work. So we'll go ahead and prep this to put it in. Once you get the fuel pump in there, make sure you put this line on, and then you want to get the locking ring around that line. Or let me take that line off, and then put that locking ring over it. Make sure you put your new seal there, and then the plug goes in just like that, and plug it in, and we'll make sure it works. You will have to push down your fuel pump because it is spring loaded. And make sure the fuel level foot goes out towards the passenger side. Okay, once you get that lock ring in there, it's kind of difficult because it is spring loaded. Make sure you have all the ears on there, and then take your hammer and hammer it clockwise to lock it in place. Once you get the fuel pump in there and the lock ring on, make sure you put this access panel back on with the 4 7mm screws, and make sure the fuel pump primes. Let's take our key here and the ignition and listen. Yep, definitely sound like it primed. And you can start the car. I already did, and it starts and runs and drives. So you just take your rear seat and put it back on. You gotta put the seat in. Make sure you put the little buckle to the seatbelt in the hole so you don't have to fish around and find it. And then there's a hook behind here that you latch it onto. And the same for the other side. Make sure those two go in there. And then hook the other side and push the seat firmly down to latch into place. And that's how you change that fuel pump on a 2006 to 2009 Ford Fusion V6. Thank you for watching. Please like and share and subscribe.